Phasmophobia, or something like that. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Phasmophobia is a 4-player online co-op psychological horror. Paranormal activity is on the rise, and it's up to you and your team to use all the ghost hunting equipment at your disposal in order to gather as much evidence as you can. For those of you who watched my VR gameplay footage the other day, you'll have a bit of an idea of what this game is, but the vast majority of you didn't watch it, so I'll explain pretty much what this game is and why, in my opinion, it's the best horror game that I've ever played. It's overwhelmingly positive, 97% on Steam with 68,000 reviews. So that speaks volumes for how good this game is. Now it looks a bit wonky and yanky with and it is clunky a bit with VR, but you can play it without VR. This is not a VR only game. It's got crossplay between VR and non-VR, so whether you have VR or not, you can still play this. VR is, in my opinion, the only way to play this. It is way more scary. In fact, I'm not really that scared when I'm not in VR mode, but in VR, this terrifies me, absolutely terrifies me, because, like I've said 1,000 times, unless you've tried VR, you've got no idea of how immersive it is. It's like it puts you in there, whereas when you're watching it on your monitor, you're just watching it on your screen. VR, you are in your screen. It's unbelievable. So this game doesn't have cheap jump scares. This is why it's so damn good. It's psychological horror at its finest. You scare yourself more than the game scares you, because the atmosphere, the way it builds up, the way the ghost activity just ramps up, and the settings, it all comes together to form an absolutely terrifying game. You see, you are a ghost hunter. You're not a ghost buster in that sense. You're not an exorcist. You're not exorcising ghosts or getting rid of them. Your job is just to identify them, then somebody else will come and deal with that. You are just the identifier of the ghosts, and you have a lot of tools at your disposal to do that, and you have a ghost journal, which is crucial. You see, at the back of the ghost journal, you put the evidence that you've discovered about this ghost. You need 3 sets of evidence. Now, once you have 3 different sets of evidence, you can then reveal what type of ghost it is, and then you can get the hell out. Go back to your van, which is parked outside. It's at your control centre, and bog off. It's job done. That's all you have to do. So once you've got your evidence, just get out of there. Now, there's different places that you have to go for jobs. It starts off with just houses, bungalows or 2-story houses or a farmhouse. But as you progress, you then get to a school, which is huge and terrifying, and an asylum that people say is the most terrifying. Personally, I think the school is way more terrifying than the asylum. They're both horrific, but the school for me just was so well done, so well done. So you pull up in your van, you've got your 4 players. You can play it solo if you want. My goodness, no. 4 players, guys. Each person can pick up 4 different items. 2 can be strapped to your utility belt and 1 in each hand. So you've got 4 items. And there's a load of items that you can get. You start off with only a few bits and bobs, but as you get paid for doing more jobs, you can go and buy more items at the shop. Things, motion trackers, sound trackers, thermometers, spirit boxes where you can actually talk to that. Is there anyone there? And then the ghost will say, "Hi, I'm here and I'm going to kill you all." No, it doesn't say that, but there's a spirit book that it can write into if you're not in the room. There's crucifixes. You can walk around like Christopher Lee with crucifixes. There's salt you can buy to put on doorways to see if the ghost's a floater or a walker. There's all kinds of stuff that you can buy. Video cameras, still cameras, head tracking cameras, and you can, from the control panel inside the actual van, you can monitor all of these cameras on CCTV, and you've also got a big map of the area, and you can direct people like an alien. You see them as little dots on the map and tell them which way to go and all that. It's so freaking awesome, this game. And the way it works is this: once you've got your gear, you're in the van, you're ready to go inside. You know the name of the ghost. You get that in the brief, and you get some clues on what gear to take in there. Usually the best gear to initially find the ghosts, a thermometer. You look for something like the rest of the house might be 17 degrees, and then one room's like -10. I think you know the ghost's in there, because the ghost will be in a specific part of the house. It's not all over the place. So you send in your team, you go in, maybe split into twos if it's a big place, and you're going around with a thermometer just looking for the ghost. Once you find the activity area, you then start putting down all your gear to get as much evidence as you can. Like the gear that I just mentioned before, once you've got your gear, the evidence rather, you get out there, then you'll be paid for that. But it's not as easy as that. You see, on easy level, which is the beginning level, you've got 5 minutes to find all the evidence before the ghost starts doing its ghosty stuff. And to make it worse, or should I say better, there is no chat in the game via text. It's all on your microphones. So a microphone is essential in this game, and the ghosts can hear your microphone and can see your flashlight and is attracted to either of them. So if you start shouting like a prick, the ghost's probably going to come for you. And if you don't switch your torch off when the ghost's in hunt mode, and you can tell the ghost's in hunt mode because your flashlights go on and off, that's when ghost activity is ramped up to 10. And when that happens, you're supposed to switch your torch off and shut up. And if you don't, well, you're going to be ghost lunch.
Oh shit.
It's hunting, it's hunting, it's hunting, it's hunting, it's hunting, it's hunting. In here, quick. Shit. I think it saw us.
And it's so terrifying when this happens. And then there'll be a lull, and then you get back to your hunting. It's horrific, guys. There's 10 different types of ghost in the game, all have different characteristics, and you've got to find out which ghost it is. That's the kind of detective work that you make. But guys, the immersion is off the scale here in VR, because you have like a walkie-talkie, which is strapped to your left shoulder, and when you put your hand on your left shoulder and squeeze the trigger of the VR controller, you'll hear a and then you can speak to your team, even if they're at the other side, end of the school or asylum, and they hear it through awesome in-game walkie-talkie. It's all proximity based. When you're all together, you don't need to use your radio, you can just speak and you can hear everybody. But the further away you get from people, you know how proximity audio works, you get fainter, so you have to use your walkie-talkie. When you hear other people getting attacked on the walkie-talkie, it's just, oh my goodness, it's so unnerving. And people die, you see them die on CCTV. I was in the van and I haven't got the footage of this ready for this review, but I watched a ghost walk across the camera towards a lad called Magpie and just murdered him on the camera. It's crazy. This game is crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. It's so atmospheric. There's so many different bits of gear that you can use. It's hyper immersive, guys. It's great playing with friends. It's just such a damn good game, this. I can't get over how good a game it is. It just doesn't use the cheap jump scares. Now, yes, it's clunky, the graphics aren't great, and the VR models are all over the place, looking rather weird, but it's still in early access, and this guy's had huge success with this. He's going to make a lot of money on this, and I hope that he uses that money, a lot of it anyway, pumping back into the game to make it even better, because it feels almost like a base game at the minute. 10 different ghosts, some amazing settings, but it's clunky, it looks a bit off, the animations aren't great on the ghosts. It could be so much better than this, and it's already awesome. So if I would hate to see it just fade into obscurity over the coming months. It can be even bigger than this. It could be huge, this game. So I hope he maybe, I don't know, gets a few more people in. It's probably getting a bit much for one person now. And I hope he does that. And I hope that, it might be a she, I don't know who it is. Whoever it is that's made this game, I'm so happy you're getting success with it. And I hope you continue to build on this. And I think you could flesh out more when you die. When you die, this is a thing that happens. You kind of, the ghost will kill one of you, kill you all if it gets a chance. And you enter the spirit world, and any other player that's dead, you can talk to them, but the people who are still alive, you can't talk to them, but you can hear them, but they can't hear you. And that's about it when you're dead. I would love to see ghosts being able to interact with the environment and just like scare the shit out of the other people that are still alive. I don't think you should be able to kill them, but certainly interact with the environment. Or something like that. I don't know, I haven't really thought about it much, but I'd like to see a little bit more. But you know what I really would love to see? The ghost able to get the guys in the vans. I think there should be a slight chance that the ghost can come out to the van, because I felt quite safe in the van, but all the time I still kept checking the door, and there's a CCTV camera right outside the van, and I kept checking that. And my head was thinking, my goodness, what if the ghost came out here to the van? All my team's inside. What if it came for me first? That would just be horrific off the scale. Or if all the lights went out in the van and the cameras went... More can be done, and I hope it is. But this is the best horror game I've ever played, guys. It just is. It's just better than the others. It's as simple as that. And if you have the means... it's a $10.99 game. If you have VR, you're missing out if you don't play this. It's truly terrifying, though. I will say that. So there you go, guys. I'm thumbing this up. It's a great game. Very scary, but definitely worth a buy. Magpie. 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 Guys, Magpie is unresponsive at the moment. I think he may be compromised.
I see his vitals are...
Magpie is doing some kind...